Welcome back, guys, to Trails Through Daybreak.
Very well.
Very well. We're on our final day here at the film festival in Calvard, with the carnival cavalcade about to take place. We have done a sweep of the cultural district thus far, culminating in us having a bit of bathing time with some of our friends here, and more stuff to do apart from that once we get out onto the street, with key events just kind of like up that away minimap wise, trying to orient it to the northern point, but not really managing. We still need to talk to our guys after having the bath, though. Did I use the bath for myself? Did I get the achievement already? I'm pretty sure I did. He says, not knowing. Let's speak to our guys here and continue on with this sweep so that the story can unfold further. It's so important to relax when you can. That soak in the baths really helped me soothe my mind and body. I just hope that Shahina's not too nervous going into this parade. It's a lot to have foisted onto her all of a sudden. No, I have to believe in her. In fact, I do. Judith and I both know she can do it. Everything's going to be just fine. It was nice of the prince to invite us here. Finally got to take a load off my shoulders for a little bit. We're all ready for the parade on our end, so until things kick off, I'm going to take it nice and slow. Save my stamina for what's to come. The dancing. We could hear His Highness is loud and clear, all the way on the women's side. You can and should tell the prince off when he starts to get out of hand in such situations as that. You have my permission, in fact. Doing so will not offend the royal family. If anything, he could stand to be more disciplined, like the Prince of Erebonia is said to be. Comedian. I know it's not going to mean much coming from me after all that, but you never catch a break, do you? Must be hard looking after him. Oh no, it's all part of my job as his bodyguard. If anything, I consider it an honor to be able to serve someone as unique as His Highness. If you say so, still looks like a tough job to me. You know, actually it was pretty quiet when we were all in the baths together. But she looked amazing. Holy smokes, her body's unbelievable. Oh yeah, you're telling me there's more than meets the eye underneath that trim suit of hers. It's the trim suit of hers that shows you what's there. Because now that you mention it, I can certainly believe it. Indeed, I myself was quite impressed with her musculature, seeing it up close. You would not know it otherwise, but she clearly maintains an extensive routine. She was taut as a bowstring, with no slack at any point. I stay on top of my royal sword fighting training, that's why. I was like, yes, my body is great. I've never given much thought to my appearance, but it is a nice testament to my training to be complimented for the resulting physique. That's one way to look at it, I guess.
So...
Now that the prince has had his fun and appears satisfied, it's time we return our focus to the task at hand. As representative of the principality, His Highness has spent much time and effort trying to get to the bottom of all of these mishaps. I pray the event goes as planned and his work is rewarded. I know how much he's personally looking forward to it, but we'll see. That was quite the intense match we had in there. Such moments like that are why I love bathhouses such as this. Being among your peers in the buff and competing like that, you learn a lot about each other as men. Oh, I learned a lot about you two, alright? Especially just how much the old fart here is getting on in years. Yeah, laugh it up. Just remember, we're only 5 years apart. You'll be right in my shoes before you know it. Do I even want to know what you three got up to in there? Whatever was going on, we could certainly hear your voices on the other side, and it all sounded rather colourful. Forgive our tomfoolery. That said, your whole group seems rather jovial, Van, even more than I initially surmised. Once these festivities are over and the case is truly behind us, I'd love to do this again. Not for business, purely for pleasure. Glad you enjoyed our company, Your Highness. Means a lot coming from a man of your stature. But if we're going to have any more competitions, can it wait until I've trained up a little? I don't want to lose to this punk ass again. Somebody's a sore loser. Accept your fate already, old fop. Your time has come and gone. Very well, I'll hold off on any more competitions till I've trained as well. But it is in the cards now, remember that.
Well...
I can only imagine Fee over the other side of that table heard the comment about a certain prince and was just like, pfft. But I'm brazenly diplomatic, so I will keep it in. Now that I've worked up a decent sweat in those baths, it's time to turn my attention back towards the film festival in earnest. I am here on behalf of my father, after all. It's my responsibility to see this event through, especially in light of what's transpired. Luckily, my head feels so clear now that I'm confident I can give my speech completely off the cuff. I won't need any script to back me up. You boys sure got noisy over there. Whatever you three were doing, you sounded pretty into it. Not that I'm one to criticize. Gotten up to my fair share of trouble like that before. I know how it goes. Yeah, I can imagine, knowing the kind of company you've kept over the years. We had a nice time. Got to hear all kinds of stories from her about what Ida was like back in the day. And she has so many interesting thoughts on Jaegers now that she's a bracer these days too. I love talking to her. I didn't think what I had to share was that interesting, but I appreciate it. If my experiences can help you, then I'm content. Damn, were you girls talking about heavy shit that entire time while our dumb asses were horsing around? Not entirely. I would say that the latter half of our time spent in the baths was spent discussing more typical concerns of young ladies. Rosette, don't say like that. You're going to give Aaron weird thoughts. Aaron?
Right.
Indeed.
They're just conversing on their own now. Right, indeed. Anyway, I'm glad I finally had a chance to sit down and spend some time talking to Fairy. It was a good reminder that we all owe it to Ida, too, to confront our matter. Right, indeed. Their timing is just ridiculously impeccable at all times. Just like here going, I definitely visited the bath in chapter 3, yes. Wes visited every chapter by the look of things. Let's get to work. Meow. Right, so we've got a quest going.
Oh, such excitement here.
Really bustling.
And we can pass forward. And there's another event over this way, so by the look of it, we could just probably take that first one and go there afterwards. There's 2 people over there. Let's go straight for it.
Oh, such excitement.
Ooh.
Really bustling.
More events, because we haven't checked out the Bracer Guild yet. Oh, we can. We can easily go past. I heard you all helped out with that whole Vegas films mess. Thank you. It seems you're more trustworthy than I gave you credit for. From what Fee has told me, you're all really capable. Even more than we were originally expecting, to be honest. Just because those Orbital hookers have been confiscated doesn't mean we can breathe a sigh of relief and take it easy now. Almato almost certainly still has their eye on something else. We'll have to be on high alert all throughout the festival. The real question to me is just like, do they really get every single one of these hookers?
Come on, I'm begging you.
Stop begging. In the corner. I mean, there must have been some that's not for use, and they were just being held by people. For presents or something. The young folk in these parts appear to have calmed down considerably. What could have happened to make them so mellow now? I don't see those wretched mechanical hookers any longer either. Ha! They'll certainly go a long way if they got rid of those terrible things. I suppose I can let bygones be bygones now that they've all learned to act human once again. Well, all save one, that is. I'm talking about that Salvatore Gotti's film. Scan it or freeze over before I ever have anything good to say about that man's filth.
Well,
Now the smell of those fake hookers is gone, the real stuff tastes even better. Nothing beats tradition there. In any case, I'm glad to see that the young folks have calmed down. Now I can simply sit back and enjoy all the excitement that the film festival has brought to the city.
Right.
Huh? What? Huh? Maybe it's a lack of memory. Maybe it was a bad dream. But this, I'm very confused right now. This actually makes a lot of sense though. Oh, hey guys, morning. Good to see you're brimming with energy after all that craziness yesterday. How are you doing, Sarah? Are you holding up too? Yeah, I mostly feel fine after getting some sleep. Thanks for asking. I've decided to have Sheena fill in for me at the parade anyway, just to be safe. Sarah was just helping me put on the finishing touches to my act, as a matter of fact. You're going to do great, Sheena. After all that practice you put in yesterday, there's no way you won't. Thanks, Fairy. You're right. I'm going to go out there and blow everyone's minds. I'll show them a dance they won't ever forget. Believe it. Oh yeah, someone's feeling fired up. I mean, you saw what happened yesterday. Both me and my sister got kidnapped, not to mention all the other stuff. Yeah, but I thought you got kidnapped again. I spent the last week thinking you've been kidnapped. It's only been one episode for everyone else, but... What? Why are you here? That had to literally be the nuttiest day of my entire life, no doubt. So you bet that I'm going to make up for all that stress by making today the best day ever, by a long shot. It's going to be so good, we won't have time to remember any of the bad stuff that's ever happened to us. Nobody will. But it'll only happen if I give it my all. That's why I'm so amped up. Your resolve is truly admirable. With you there, I'm sure the parade will be spectacular. And Sarah, I want you to know, you've got nothing to worry about. I can handle the spotlight. I'll shine as bright as the sun when I'm dancing on that float, just like you would. Brighter than anyone else around, in fact. You can count on it. Shihina, thank you. I'll be watching from the crowd, rooting for you. Also, thank you so much for looking out for us. I know we've really put you through the ringer the last few days. That's all good. We took this job knowing it might not be easy, but we'll see it through. There is one thing I want to make clear, Sheena. We've done our best to minimize any uncertainty going into today. I can't promise that the film festival will go completely without a hitch, but I can promise that whatever happens, we'll take care of it one way or the other. So don't worry about what might happen. Leave the what-ifs to us. You both go out there and live it up like you should. You bet. Thanks, Van. Yes, thank you, Van. Knowing you're here is so reassuring. I know I can trust you. I just hope I'm imagining things either way. That's what I think. I'm imagining things now. A whole cutscene. Well, all we can do is focus on the here and now. Whatever happens, happens. You're the most fourth-wallish character we've had, Van, by far. You guys have nothing to worry about. I'll shine just as bright in that parade as my sister can. It's easy for me to forget sometimes, but I know just how much Sour has struggled to make sure we make ends meet. So getting on that float is the least I can do to pay her back. I'm going to dance so hard it'll be an even better show than she'd put on. I'll be honest, it's a little tough handing over the reins to Shihina for the parade, even if Mr. Gotti and Prince Sharida are okay with it. And it's a really big responsibility for her. Between you and me, I'm a little anxious, to say the least. But after watching her practice, I know she's got what it takes. If someone has to take over for me, I'm glad it's her. She's going to be great.
Well...
Not only are you the guy that knows everyone, so therefore you're kind of like a slight
Come and
audience
see if you'd like.
surrogate, player surrogate,
just
going
anywhere.
like, I also know the characters you know. That's the kind of the whole point of you at this point in time. While still making people go, he knows, but I don't know if someone plays the game way later and doesn't play the earlier entries. Hopefully setting them backwards again, which is always the ideal. But still, he even knows what happens in cutscenes he hasn't seen. He has intuition that kind of like plays along the side as like, you as the player probably do know this, so therefore so do I. Ish. I don't know what happened between last night and today, but there hasn't been anyone fighting this morning. I sure ain't gonna complain. Now I can go back to enjoying the festival in peace. Let's forget all that craziness and enjoy the film festival the way it was meant to be. Our princess brought out that amazing airship and everything. It'd be a waste not to live it up and have fun. Right, do I quest or do I sweep?
Looking to buy something?
Is the
See you
main
again.
question. It's always nice to finish up the sweep before we quest, just in case anything changes after all. So maybe that's exactly what I should do. Just avoiding Vegas films for now. I know as things have calmed down finally. Thank the goddess. I wonder if the cops were actually useful for once. There's still a lot to do with the festival, but now I feel a bit more confident about making it through it all in one piece. It probably doesn't hurt that with the sightseeing airships flying around, folks on the ground are paying more attention to the sky.
Well...
I want to get on the pavement. I want to get on the grass, to be honest. Bad boy, chewing up the grass here. To have things so lusciously green in this place, though. How much do you think they have to use that water to water?
Daddy, hurry!
Now, what's going on with you two today? I suppose the young master has indeed learned from his mistakes, inelegant as his choice of words may be. Though I can only imagine it will now take even longer for his father to give him permission to go on trips outside of the city. Ideally, it would be best if you spoke about your issues to your father directly, in your own words, young master. A little sleep is all I needed to shake off all of that agitation I was feeling yesterday. I feel like a new man again. I'm not sweating it at this point. It's not like my old man's caught wind of what happened anyway. Which means I can go out there and enjoy the film festival without anything weighing me down. Enough chit-chat. Time to see what this city is like in full party mode. I'm not missing out on the action. Oh yeah, I guess the film festival's going to start soon, isn't it? People seem to be awfully excited for it, but that girl dances the parade. I guess that means I really won't see her at the nightclub ever again, will I? It was a short run, but when I think about it, maybe the film festival's the best way for her to close things out after all. She's not even going to be there. Don't be shy, step right up. You're going to love what I have for sale. Better act fast, though. I'm only getting more customers. The store's as popular as ever. I'm sure you
Hey
said
there.
that yesterday
What'll
as
it
well.
be? See ya.
The dialogue stopped changing after we did the quest.
Hey, friend, you got a minute?
Rumors have started going around that there's certain film studios closely linked to those Orbital hookers that's taken off around town. Think there's any truth to it? Whatever the case, I'm glad we kept our hands clean, especially since the police conducted those raids. Either way, now that the film festival's here, it's money-making season for us, so I'm not too worried.
I'll win next time.
Looks like the big film festival's finally underway. For those of us in the leisure industry, it's a major event. Case in point, Mr. Gotti himself is known to patronize our fine establishment from time to time. I can only imagine how the festivities are going to play out with his kind of luck in play. I'll be keeping an eye out. Yep, everyone's in the single dialogue for the sweep.
Come on, come on!
The film festival might have still opened up as planned, but everything's not so rosy under the surface. After whatever happened at Vegas Films last night, some of the sponsors seem to be panicking. I hear they'll be making an official announcement of some sort. I have a feeling that, details depending, the casino will be implicated somehow. Hopefully the whole mess won't spell danger for Farbar's leisure industry, but who knows? Could it be true the CEO of Vegas Films died last night because of what happened? There are rumors going around. If it is, that certainly paints everything in a strange light, especially the fact that they're still putting on the film festival. It's gotten out then. Give me a break. I went looking around this morning and can't find a single Orbital hooker anywhere. After setting 10 million mirror on fire last night, you're telling me I can't even get a smoke to haze out my sorrows? I really could use something to take the edge off. Guess I'll have to make do with a regular old hooker. Ugh. I can't withdraw any more cash. Fine. I'll have to use what I've got in my wallet to make it back everything I've lost. Could have just given me it. I would have made good use of it. Well, the film festival is nearly upon us. It's a big day for us bartenders too, you know. We've got our tournament going on today as well, even if the film festival might overshadow it a little. I met up with Bermotti earlier. He seemed perfectly relaxed and normal, not at all nervous about the tournament. I'm hoping to enter next year's tournament as well. I really need to learn to take a page out of his book and not get so worked up.
Do you know what you want? I hope to see you again.
I always have to check just in case you add something to the menu. You're back. Well, it's finally showtime for the big film festival. We in the entertainment district are going to have a lot to keep an eye out for. Personally, I'm really keen to see what kind of parade they end up putting on. I've heard murmurings about Mr. Gotti and the apparently outrageous surprises he has planned. But what they are is anyone's guess. Promoters, though. Promoters promise a lot. It's our big announcement. Zero announcement. What they do. Thanks to Edith's police stepping in and helping out, the situation has calmed down a little. Personally, though, I'm still on edge. I still plan to take part in the Carnival Cavalcade and we'll be getting ready for it soon. But I can't say I'm quite as excited as I might be, having to provide security from inside the parade. You get a dance. Phew, looks like we're not going to get charged with anything for smoking those Orbital hookers. I was so scared for a minute there. Now with that weird feeling out of my system, I can go back to enjoying the film festival like I was supposed to. The shop clerk said we'd be refunded and stuff for our trouble too, so no harm, no foul in the end, I guess. Things got so out of hand yesterday. I can't believe what I did. Oh, what does it matter? It can't get any worse now. Shayla's not swearing it. I've just got to roll with it the way she is. There's only one way to turn this whole mess around. Enjoy the film festival so much I forget I ever embarrassed myself. To be fair, you didn't actually get naked in the end. That would have been the real remembering thing. Thankfully, the police haven't had any major contact with us since everything that took place last night. Our owner is doing a recall and offering refunds to affected customers. If that's the worst we have it, I'd say we got off lucky. At this point, I just want to help with the film festivals so that our city can keep growing. To be honest, it's not the Orbital hookers that's bad, it's the cartridge, right? Well, the film festival's underway, and thankfully everything seems to be going smoothly, which is a relief. I was really worried last night those hookers the police rounded up yesterday would have some sort of influence on people. You all seem more relaxed compared to yesterday. That's reassuring. I can rest a little leisure today, I suppose. I still have to take responsibility for my part, however. Any customers with a receipt will have their lost hookers refunded by me.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Man has good values at the very least.
We await your next visit.
I got 41k here, what the hell?
Oh, I'm so in love with this brand.
In addition to the police doing their mass confiscation, something seems to have happened at Vegas Films sometime last night. Nevertheless, the film festival itself has commenced without incident, and we're seeing quite a range of customers, which makes me happy. It's important to take advantage of events such as this so we can share the charm of our Central Eastern wares with more people.
What can I do for you?
I gotta say, every time this song reaches near the end of its run, and it does the bit, it kind of reminds me of like a 2-Point Hospital track. Weirdly, I don't know how to put it. I'm glad the film festival's still carrying on as planned and all of that Orbital Hooker stuff didn't turn into a big to-do. I was helping get the parade flow ready, and that whole thing is shaping up to be more spectacular than I expected. Our shop's partnered with the film festival, so I'm keen to do my part to make sure it's as big a success as can be.
Hey, welcome.
Regarding you, sir, how much is it for any Mirage stuff that is like high elemental amounts? Okay. So mine too is 150.
Thanks, pal. Hey, welcome. Thanks, pal.
Just a second. I was wondering about
Don't
this.
worry, Citri's got your back.
Oh yes.
That's a single element slot.
Is it now? I put an early verse in there which doubles the elemental value to 6. And then I was to get 2 things in here, which gives
Skills
me
altered.
a value of thingy, then can't I get you with the stupid thing as well?
Don't worry, Citri's got your back.
The arc feather. I just need 8 more value.
Hey, welcome.
So an MP2 would do that, yes.
Thanks, pal.
Can't put 2 mines in, but I can put 2 MP2s in.
Don't worry, Citri's got your back.
So I'll replace the earthen verse here, even though you are actually a kind of earth caster, for the MP2.
Skills altered.
And give you arc feather as well. Ooh.
That's a single element slot.
May as well put
New
shield 2
skill
with that
added.
instead. Which has resist freeze 2 now. Hit defense 1. Definitely put some better stuff in there. I mean, you do need... Earthen verse can only be in drive or extra line. Okay. So it needs to be in the extra line. Cast is good. We got a cat. We could have made a cast too. We need the earthen verse for the earth arts
Skills
cast
altered.
down.
That's a single element slot.
Do you have any war ability spells? I don't even know. No, we haven't given you one. You're giving you Zodiac Sign instead, which is Mirage.
Don't worry, Citri's got your back.
Just wondering where I can get some slight other upgrades going. Everything else with a strong value has been given away. We're probably not going to be ending up trying to crit with you. I don't know. Looks like we're going to build you for spells as well, plus your shield at this point in time. Sounds good to me.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
Switching to
Don't
maintenance
worry,
mode.
Citri's
Switching
got
to
your
maintenance mode.
Citri's got your back.
Maintenance mode activated. There we go. 2 arc feathery people, though I'd prefer to take the thing off Agnès that allows her to actually
Hey,
have it.
welcome.
Because it would be better if we had something better. Simply put. Alright, I don't think we can modify any more slots. No, we have nowhere near enough. So that'll be that.
Thanks, pal.
So much dialogue going on here. Alright, let's continue the patrol before we take on whatever side quests are awaiting us. Well, this film festival's turning out to be a bigger pain in the ass to secure than I thought. I hope we get bonuses for our trouble. Guess nobody's caught on to me going to the casino and smoking my hooker, though. I mean, nobody's yelled at me lately, so... Who knows? Just gotta trust everything's good for now and actually focus on my job. There's trucks in the way. Oh, I just remembered that specialty store across the street sells energy drinks that are supposed to help with fatigue. I'll buy you one. My treat for how hard you've been working. Oh, I'd like that. Thanks, Nino. I can't afford to make a mockery of Mr. Goddy's carnal cavalcade with my regular old mediocre dancing. No, sir. I'm a new person. I'm going to prove myself to him no matter what. Not as a performer, but a fellow budding film director. That's actually both of them. Phew. I didn't expect the film festival to be so wild and outrageous. I don't know if someone as ignorant about movies as me was meant to be here. All this energy is so much to take in. It's making my head spin. So far, there don't appear to be signs of any criminal organizations infiltrating the crowds. The fact that they haven't turned up despite the festival already starting is disconcerting. At least we've got Fee with us. I guess we'll just coordinate with her and see what we can turn up together. Makes it sound like these criminal organizations are holding up a sign saying, "Criminal organization in crowd." From what I can tell, some big case is going on, and the cops have dragged Nate in to help take care of it. I get that detectives can be busy. I can be patient and wait until his case is over. But I'm going to have to talk to him later. I don't want him getting in the habit of leaving me hanging like this. It's just not fair. That doesn't sound like a criminal organization to me would be so easily spotted. Finally, the film festival is here. It's so exciting. It's not a traditional sort of festival, but girls of my generation tend to like events like this anyway. I can see why older folks are maybe raising an eyebrow over some of this, but what's the harm in it really? Apparently, when the Oasis was rejuvenated, we went crazy with festivals then too, so it's not like it's unheard of.
What will it be for today? Thanks a bunch.
Absolutely crazy. Mr. Getting more orange all the time. Now this is how you hold a festival. This is the kind of energy I live for. Who cares what happened yesterday? All that matters now is how well my dulcet baritones can add to these amazing festivities. Let's light it up, folks. What do you say? Oh, and don't forget to order some food while you're at it, too. Haha.
Look around all you like. Peace out.
Do you think that's fake tan? I think it's fake tan. I'm so glad my mum is enjoying the film festival now. At first, she wasn't sure if she'd like it. Now I just hope I don't lose her in the crowd. We came so far to enjoy the festival. Ideally, I'd like to make it back home together in one piece too. So this is Farbad's idea of a film festival. Certainly different from what we have in Meseldam, but not in a bad way. It seems like the kind of event you can simply turn off your brain and enjoy yourself, even if it is rather flashy. For all the pageantry of Meseldam's festival and the authority of its judging, it can get rather stuffy sometimes. This, on the other hand, has a more fun, light-hearted mood, and the traditional hooker I tried this morning was pretty good too.
Wow.
She's hookered on hookers.
View this is.
How are you doing after a hostage situation? Oh, it's you guys. Thanks for saving me yesterday, you guys. When I got back, I passed out like a rock. I slept for so long, I was shocked to wake up and see the big festival was today. Someone who got kidnapped. You don't sound too worse for wear. You bet I'm not. A little shut-eye was all I needed to make that anxiety go away. I'm as good as new. Besides, I smell a big scoop weighing in the city, even bigger than I figured. Something's out there, I can just feel it. My business with Dingo can wait. I've got to get out there and do some digging. No, you're tougher than you look, Marielle. Not losing heart after such a frightening experience. I'm impressed. Of course, Hard as a Rockness is my middle name. Or my 5 middle names, anyway. I'll keep hounding that guy for as long as it takes, until he changes his ways. I'll never give up.
Right.
Dingo seems to be pursuing a lead. Well, 2 can play at that game. I'll get my scoop and then he'll have to acknowledge me. With the prince and all those other bigwigs hanging around the hotel, there's just got to be something juicy waiting to be unearthed. Alright, let's see the hench guards. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, I never had an interest in the entertainment industry, but I had to see this, knowing the royal family invested in it. And you know what? This is far more amusing than I was expecting. Maybe I need to make similar ventures myself, or investments. But I can figure that out later. Right now, I need to make the rounds among all these wonderfully powerful visitors. I plan to get plenty of dirt on the more spineless ones during this event.
Alrighty.
It's quite clear what direction Elsame and Valis' investments are taking. If things go according to plan, it could be one step toward extending my business into Valis as well. This event is even more lavish than I expected. I guess I shouldn't have expected any less, what with the royal family's own money at stake. In fact, I heard that the prince himself has contributed a lot to the film festival. There's probably a lot I could learn from him being so inflexible in how he chooses to spend his wealth. If I get the chance to meet him, it might not be the worst idea to have him advise me a little. I'm surprised my father is so impressed by the film festival. He used to never care at all about the entertainment industry. Good bit of it probably just has to do with him liking glitzy things, but at the same time it feels like we may be onto something here. Either way, hopefully this film festival will provide insight into how to go about collaborating with Kalia in the future. Man, my brain is just completely off these NPCs and it's completely going, so what's the deal with Shahina? Do you know what I mean? God, I'm so nervous now. I was feeling really optimistic yesterday, but not anymore. Probably because it's the big day. I don't know how I was able to relax around the hotel yesterday like it was nothing. Oh well, it is what it is. Now it's up to me to be strong and get out there into the festival. It's a mystery. I'm glad the film festival was able to start fine. I heard something happened over at Vegas Films. The festival sponsors and staff members staying at this hotel were all quite concerned. Crown Prince's own hard work was instrumental in keeping the festival on track. For our part, it's an honor to serve as the venue. Finally, the film festival's kicked off. As it happens, we're in charge of security for the festival grounds. Safety is not our only job, though. We're also expected to pitch in to make sure the event in general goes off without a hitch. Of particular concern on our part is that airship. Prince Sharid clearly has high hopes for the success of this festival. All the more reason for us to give 110% and make all this a big success. We can't let a man of his stature down. My work has finally calmed down this morning, but until yesterday they were acting quite strangely. Post-film festival, water and orbital energy consumption is bound to go up. We need to be prepared to handle such a load. We can't afford to disappoint our Central Eastern VIPs in particular. This is only the beginning of Farbad's growth as a city. This hotel is actually playing host to 2 events right now, a banquet for film festival award winners and a bartending tournament. Despite yesterday's goings-on, I'd like to believe we still managed to offer a superb venue for a successful festival. In light of all the concern the festival staff and guests had until yesterday, we want to do our best to put those worries to rest. Sounds like double booking in that regard. Seems a bit silly to me. It seems the film festival has kicked off without a hitch, which is a relief. When His Highness contacted me late last night, I was rather panicked about how things would pan out. Everyone, however, was of the same mind as the Prince. The event had to go on. No ifs, ands, or buts. Seeing as things seem to be staying on track, with any luck, I'll have good news to bring back home to the Principality.
Right.
I'm relieved to see my daughter is enjoying the film festival, even if I have my reservations about that elder son of the Bashars. Be that as it may, I don't regret bringing her along. This remains a good opportunity for her to learn about other families in the business. This film festival is truly remarkable, not just because you can meet so many famous Calvardian actors and directors either. The scale of the event is simply breathtaking. We certainly don't have anything like this back in LSM. I can only imagine the parade will be even more magnificent. The organisers are certainly getting their mirror's worth out of this event. I wonder what Munt thinks about the film festival. Perhaps if he takes a liking to it, the Bashars will decide to invest in it next year. In fact, if we had a chance to meet because of business, that could allow our respective families to forge better ties. Always thinking. I want to say I'll say him some more so I get the name completely correct. Because I know it's not correct at the moment. I think.